Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Not RV. If this is your first time watching, I'm Chris, and today we're going to talk about my new tow vehicle, the 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4X. Let's get to it. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you might know that my current truck has been a 2017 Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. Nicknamed Big Booty Judy, that truck has been outstanding. I had it when we had our 42-foot Keystone, Montana, and that was the whole purpose of why I first bought that truck, was because we were towing such a huge, long, heavy camper. Now that we've been settled in the mountains and I have a Airstream now towing, that 3500 was extreme overkill. The diesel for a daily driver is not ideal. It's a great towing vehicle, but I'm only towing a few times a year, a couple weeks here, a weekend here. It just was too much truck. So I did a ton of research. I went down the rabbit holes of what I wanted to do next, and I decided on this truck very, very specifically. I drove 10 hours to go get this truck. Really, it was about 24 hours because 14 hours of it was me driving my Chevy Bolt, which I had as a little daily driver electric car, all the way to Missouri, just south of St. Louis, to pick this up, and then driving this truck back, which is about 10 hours. So it's 14 hours there with charging, 10 hours back. Real quick shout out to Randy Graves over there at Saypaw Motors in Herculaneum, Missouri. It's just south of St. Louis, Saypaw GM country. They are a huge volume dealer. They took care of me. He coordinated with me for a couple weeks because I was scheduling coming out there, and Big Booty Judy was in the body shop, and it was a whole thing going back and forth. So he went above and beyond. They gave me exactly what I wanted on my trade for the Bolt. He took care of me on everything I wanted service wise before I got to the truck. So thank you again, Randy from Saypaw Motors. Now, I want to first talk about just a few key points of why I went with this truck and some of the very specific things about it. Number one is the engine, okay? I went with the 6.6 gasser motor, a gas engine, and did that for a multitude of reasons. Number one is it fits my towing needs. The Airstream only weighs like 8,500 pounds, so it's nothing. The biggest thing that I tow is we have a skid steer that weighs about 10,000 pounds, plus you put it on a 3,000 or 4,000 pound trailer. So you're talking about 15,000 pounds typically, and this thing's rated for, I think, 18,000 and change. Now, the gas engine does have some trade-offs from the diesel. Of course, the diesel has more towing power, but for 300 days out of the year, I'm not towing. I'm only towing for a week or 2 weeks in the summer, and then I tow to a destination when I go to work and back from. Otherwise, it's a daily driven truck. Due to those things, that's why I went with the gas engine. The gas motor sells plenty of power, gets the job done, no questions asked. Does it do as good at towing up in the hills and mountains as a diesel engine does? Absolutely not. But does it do a perfectly fine job and get you up the same grade, the same time, no problem at all? Absolutely it does. Are you going to use a little bit more fuel? Probably. Who cares? Let's get into the truck a little bit and let's talk about some of the specifics, okay? So first and foremost, this is the AT4X edition, as well as it's the AEV edition of the AT4X, okay? AEV is an add-on, which stands for American Expedition Vehicles. They teamed up with GM a couple years ago to put the AEV package together for some of the Silverados, the Sierras, the Colorados, and the GMC Canyons. And basically it's nicer steel front and rear bumpers, skid plates. These have, you can see the approach angle is much better. So for off-roading and sticky situations, it's just a more off-road rugged vehicle. You also have a factory 1.5-inch lift, bigger wheels and tires, also AEV branded. You have AEV branded headliners inside, as well as AEV branded floor liners, which are like the WeatherTech style, you know, scanned and perfectly fit, and they're hard rubber. I also opted for a winch on the front because, which it's kind of hard to see. So there's a license plate bracket right there because Virginia, we have a license plate on the front, and I've not registered the truck here yet. I just got it. So I've not put a license plate on there, but that has two little wing nuts and the winch is right there. It's outstanding. So the winch is kind of hidden, but you can use it anytime you need to. And I did that because I had the winch on my dually and I used it multiple times in the few years that I had that winch put on. Living out where I live, out in the middle of nowhere, we often will get some trees down in the road. And if I'm the first vehicle to that, a lot of times there's other people that have been waiting and they can't get across because the trees down the road. And now I hook up the winch, pull it out of the road. Literally the second day I had this, I already did that on one of the roads going into town. And so I just love having that winch because I know I can get myself out of some pretty sticky situations. This truck is basically a Denali Ultimate on steroids with, you know, like basically the off-road package of a Denali Ultimate. Okay, Denali Ultimates are gonna have a little more chrome and finish on the outside and like the lighter brown leather inside with some wood grains, whereas this is all like black inside, more rugged, but it's still real leather. And it's got all the same features like the massage seats, heads-up display, everything that the Denali Ultimate has. And again, with the off-road edition, this AT4X, it also has an electronic locking rear differential. So if you're ever in a really sticky situation off-roading, you hit some mud, you know, one tire spins, the other one doesn't. Now I just push that button and that rear locker, that rear axle is now locked, and both wheels will spin and get me out of that kind of situation. Day 3 of ownership, I did go ahead and tow about 14,000 pounds. I had like just shy of 9,000 pounds worth of material and my friend's 5,000 pound trailer, and just towing in town just to go get some stuff for the farm. And it towed like a dream. It really was a really, really nice experience. Now, of course, yes, being the off-road edition, the suspension is a little bit softer. It has the upgraded DSSV suspension, but so it did squat a little bit with that big, huge, heavy trailer. I don't think it's going to squat nearly as much with the Airstream, but I've not towed with it yet, so that'll be a follow-up video of how it does actually towing the Airstream. That's it for this week's video. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Why Not RV. Bye.